Hello YouTube fans, here again. And I remember doing this a couple of days ago. And yep, it was a video nasty. One of the most nastiest. I remember that it was banned in a lot of countries. That being Faces of Death. Now Faces of Death, as we know, came out in the late 70s. And it was more of a biography of death. It was more staged. They did some real animal cruelty, its own real autopsies. If you've got a stone stomach, Faces of Death is for you. If you're eating your dinner, I wouldn't advise it. But with Faces of Death, they made it a trilogy. They had Faces of Death 2, Faces of Death 3, they had Faces of Death 4, they had Titan copies of Faces of Death. So, how can I put it? In 1981, after the success of Faces of Death, they decided to do a sequel, obviously being Faces of Death 2. That's right, Faces of Death 2. Where can I go with Faces of Death 2? If you thought the original was nasty, check this one on. I'm saying that they even had the third one, which is even more ruthless in its nastiness. And unlike the first one, which was a video nasty, it was like, one of the number one nastiest. This one, believe it or not, wasn't. And I think it should have been. I really do. So let's get on with this biography. It's not really a film, it's a movie length, but it's more of a biography of death, right? So let's get on to Faces of Death 2. So you get I don't even know, I think it's an ambulance or a police car. You get a start up with a police car or an ambulance. It could be right as it was an ambulance. And you get it, the siren. I'm not going to imitate a siren of an ambulance. You've heard one, you've heard them all. But you get this weird monologue music where it goes beep, 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 all the way through, which does follows on at the end. And like Faces of Death, there's a lot of deaths in it, a lot of other things, some staged, some real. And one of the death scenes, if I remember right, is a boxer. It's just an interesting one, actually. It's a boxer. And it was a real life boxer back in a certain country. He had a boxing match and he got too many boom, 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 boom hits. You can see he's dying on this boxing ring. Why the hell the referee did not stop this, I do not know. I could see for myself that this boxer was tired. He was a bloody mess. He could barely fucking angle himself. He could barely fucking protect himself, being the same word. He could barely hold his fists up. He could barely do anything, and he was just getting a left in. This poor boxer, this young lad, was licking at getting a left in. This referee is either blind or he's fucking stupid. Because you can see for yourself he's in a bad state, and that this fucking other guy's laying into him. I can't blame the other fighter. It's a boxing match, but this poor boxer dies. He gets rushed to hospital. It's been out. He gets rushed to hospital after getting too many hits. He's on the boxing floor. The other fighter wins, but the other boxer's on the floor. He's in a bad state. They take him to hospital, and he dies on arrival. So you get that monologue, and just like the original one, word of warning: if you love animals, even if you don't love animals, you don't want to see any harm done to animals. It's not like the first one where they've got a monkey and it's spinning around, you got someone's bashing its fucking brains in. It's not like that. But if you don't like experiments done to animals, which we all know does happen, you do see a lot of that in this. There's a bit where they've got this monkey. You can see it's suffering. You can definitely tell it's not special effects or stage. How they got away with filming this, I don't know. It's in the experiment lab. And you've got this guy, scientist, or you want to call him, and he's suffering a fucking tube up its fucking nose. It's streaming in pain. Even I, and I've got a strong stomach when it comes to blood and gore. Believe me, I've got a strong stomach. But even me, seeing that monkey streaking in pain, you can see it's choking on the end of the tube coming out from its mouth. Even I were like that. I shit you not. Even I were like that because it was unwatchable. It was not nice. So you get that bit. Down the drags a bit there. Then you've got, I do actually like this bit, just down the drag this bit. You've got all stunts, like stunt men. And you've got a biker, a bit like Evil to Evil. He jumps the toss, by accident, he gets it at the one speed, he gets killed. You got a racing type, or by accident, the car goes at the one speed, he gets killed. Remember, right, it crosses his raced. Then it's all done about an avalanche that happened in such and such a day. And remember right, the avalanche, you see the aftershocks of all these bodies, you see this poor guy cussed to death. And the same one that played the Doctor in the original Faces of Death, as well as he plays his role in this, you've got him walking along and so on, talking about death. And then there's a bit where, if I remember right, I might be confused, it could be after the third Faces of Death or the second one. But he's talking about two little bunny rabbits. He's got this cute little bunny rabbit. I think it's a dwarf rabbit. It's like cute to look at. But he's talking about animal sort-offs. So again, a lot of animal sorters. There's a bit where you see chickens getting beheaded. There's a bit where you see rabbits getting skinned alive. We know it happens. You go for Chucky Fried Chicken. You go for food. How do you get your meat? But it's still not nice to see. It's still not nice to see. There is one what I find interesting. There's one where he's going to a bar and they've got this cowboy from, I think, the 18th century. If you buy that, you buy anything. Apparently he had his head cut off and they've got his head reserved in some special sort of wrister, and you got this human head stuck in a bottle that somebody bought. And I'm thinking, serious there? So honest, I thought that was like laughable. You got his fucking head stuck in a fucking bottle. And it's well deserved. I thought that was like a few laughs. Now I do know you can get Faces of Death 2, like the original, like the third one and so on, now in the UK. You can, but like I said when I was once reviewing the original Faces of Death, you hear that just a lost machine, it makes a noise when it stops, so it'll shut up in a minute. I was about to say that's a weird noise if you can hear it. Just like the original Faces of Death, they cut out the animal cruelty. Without boasting the boast, I've got the uncut one. I'm not going to boast. If you can still get it on DVD in this concept, I imagine the animal cruelty's been cut out. But on this occasion, I think if you get the cut one, you'd probably be better off if you don't like cruelty to animals. There's just a few bits to just trim down with the animal cruelty, which I can kind of understand at that occasion. I can kind of understand. Now, halfway through the film, before the end, you've got these terrorists. It's in a country, you know, where you get shot as your punishment, and they've got them all in a row. And the army's about to shoot them. I've got to admit, there's a bit where they've been defected, and they just look like they're not asked. There's no fear in the face, they don't look scared, look like it's an everyday thing. The bit with the tied up, they just stood there like, oh, this is nice. Nice day today. Yeah. What are you doing later, mate? Gonna get shot. Oh, okay, well, that's nice. So they're just acting like it's fucking nothing. Not a single one of them's begging for their life. None of them's crying. None of them's moaning. They just stand there like it's an everyday thing. I thought it was like weird. But they're all on a pole. And I do remember some of the footage here was used in Cannibal Holocaust. If you remember the scene where they're looking at a film in Cannibal Holocaust, it shows an army shooting everybody. It's the same footage to use in this, which I thought was interesting. So you got the army, they shoot all the fucking people, they're all brown bed, and for some reason, because they're not making a sample in this country, everyone's dancing about like they've won the fucking lottery. It ends, you got that music again, woo, 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 that music, boom, 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 you got that music again. End of Faces of Death 2. This one, it's not as hard to watch as the first one. The first one I felt was too bloodthirsty. There are a lot of gory scenes in it. Some, as you know, was staged, some real footage, some special effects, very good effects for that time. In this one, it's a mixed bag. I do prefer the third one more. Which one day around the road I'll get to the one I did in the mid-80s. But this one, like the original one, where you got that hippie sort of music, Life has been done, and some guy singing a song called Life. You don't get that in this one. You just get that do do do, that beat what you had at the beginning, The words are going up, it goes in slow motion, and everyone's fucking cheering and these fucking bodies are everywhere. And it just gives you that damp, dirty, seedy feel, like you've watched something really dirty, something you shouldn't be watching, something forbidden. It just gives you that feel a lot more in Faces of Death 2, I felt. And how this didn't get to be a video nasty like the original, it's beyond me. I think at that time, a lot of people saw blood, a lot of people saw door, a lot of people seen all these fake ones and so on, that maybe Faces of Death 2 wasn't as shocking. But that's Faces of Death 2. What ratings am I going to give it? I'll give it a 2 for curiosity reasons. Is it something I'd watch if I'm eating my dinner or eating a sandwich or eating anything? Not unless I want to bark on my food. Is it something I want to watch if I don't like seeing animals get hurt, seeing I've got the uncut one without boasting? No, because if you don't want to see your animals get hurt, then you're best off the DVD in the UK, because it's not nice to see, innit? It's not nice to see animals getting hurt, even for experiments. Is it something I'd watch whenever I'm bored and I fancy watching something? Oh, what can I watch? What can I watch? Oh, I'll watch Faces of Death 2. That's quite entertaining. Watching people getting killed on camera. No, not really. But for curiosity and for novelty, for something for its time, I'll give it a 2-star. It's not a masterpiece, believe me, but for curiosity's sake, I'll give it a 2-star. But until then, be smart, be safe, gonna go down and have a burger. See you later.